to reduce the weight of the tractor or distribute the weight of the tractor more fully. But you don't want to be driving over your sugar beets. So the back twins are spaced out so that you can fit a row of beets between them. Okay, now we'll tidy up that corner. But I do like the Valtras, and it's probably a tractor, or at least a range of tractors that gets overused. Part of the thing is the Valtra N is a small tractor that can have up to 200 horsepower, has a good selection of wheels, has a good selection of you can use front loader, and it has the front power transfer. And so a lot of people use that as a starting tractor. I do like the Valtra N as a starting tractor, but I'm at the point now where I've used it so much on a starting playthrough that I want to use something. Oh, back up. I look for something else to use this. And with FS19, I had the same problem with the Fendt Favorite 511C, 515C. It's for less than 100,000, you can get a 150 horsepower tractor with a front loader, PTO attached front and back, and it'll do narrow tyres so you can fertilise the crops without damaging them. And it's sort of it's a really good starting tractor, and obviously it features prominently everywhere. So this pack gives me a little bit more option because the Valtra A has a much bigger engine potential. It's going to cost you more than the in-game Valtra A if you take that big engine. But we did one playthrough, Mrs. Osei and I, and we had two Valtra A's. They don't have front PTOs, but worked well for us. The other big tractor we have, I need to turn that off so we move faster. There we go. The other big tractor we have, apart from the Axion, which is currently on mowing duties, is the Challenger. Has about 400 horsepower, I think just shy of 400 horsepower, and between the Class and the Challenger, they do all of our big heavy field work, ploughing, seeding, and we have some heavy equipment for that, big equipment for that. And then I'm short on medium tractors. This tractor I've got pretty much set up permanently in this mode so that we can do sugar beet harvesting and fertilizing. And I usually, once this harvest is done, I'm going to stick a spray tank on the front and the back, and it's going to spend the whole year until next harvest in that form. Consequently, I've only got one mid-sized tractor available for carting, and that would be our Fendt, which is currently in the shed because we're done with carting for the year. It's people spamming. I could ban them all, but they'll just, as we've seen, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them just going around every active Twitch channel saying, they're basically advertising to me to say, go to that website and we will get you followers and Prime subscriptions and all the rest of it. The problem is that's against the term of services of Twitch, and it really doesn't help me out. The way I'm helped out is growing my viewership organically. So in other words, it's what failed to get Arthur his partner status. I'm an affiliate, so If I ran ads on my channel, I would get benefit. You can drop bits on me, you can subscribe to me, and I will get a portion of that payment to financially benefit me, kind of thing. So basically you're using that to incentivize me to carry on doing this. And it's what ads are for. So affiliate, I get a little bit of money. As a partner, I get a lot more money. But partnership requires me, I think, to average somewhere in the region of 75 viewers per hour that I'm streaming. Plus I have to stream more than 12 hours a week and various other requirements. But you have to earn it organically. And if I suddenly had 150 viewers, Twitch would say, show us, what's the word for it? Consistency. I may eventually need a mod in chat. Right now I don't really need one because I don't have many chatters. I don't have many viewers. This is still a small channel, so I'm happy where we are. But I need a techie eventually for. Oh damn! Pay attention, dude. Let's try and extract ourselves on. I should try and block the ads and set that up. And I think I can do. I think Twitch has the tools for me to do that. I should just look at how to do it. Oh look, we got another patch of wheat here. It's grown since we last drove by. But anyway, yeah. So you have to grow your viewership organically so that they can see. Okay, you've got an average of 4 now. Now it's up to 10, now it's up, and you're building up to, oh, now you've got 75 per hour, and you can apply for Twitch Partner Program. But if you suddenly go overnight from having 40 average viewers to 150 average viewers, they look at your averages and the length of time you've had the average, and they say, you're not consistent. And that's what happened to Arthur when FS19 came out. He literally went from 40 to 50 average viewers overnight to 250. And why is that not picking anything up? Because it didn't lower again. Oh. And so he applied for the partner program, and Twitch said there's no consistency here. He was effectively they just said you're leveraging off of a brand new release which you got early access to, and you need not only do you need that 250 viewers now, but you need to keep them forever. And as soon as the initial release fervor of FS19 went away, and basically anybody could buy it from the store, those 250 viewers went, and Arthur went back down to his 40 to 50 viewers. So, Arthur's Twitch viewership was 40 to 50 people. Consistently 40 or 50 people, but then he picked games that some people didn't like watching, so he built his original channel up with who was it? World of Tanks. Then he stopped playing World of Tanks and people stopped watching his vids because they were there to watch him play World of Tanks, not farm sim. So that can be a challenge too. You end up building your viewership, and we are full, on a game, and those people then get upset when you play other games. Herbal Alarm 16, thank you for the follow, and welcome to the stream. FE95 is a bot, quite probably. I'm figuring all 4 of those are bots. So yeah, that's how Twitch works, and that's how those people happen to be around, because they'll charge me some money to send me bots to watch my channel, and it's no benefit to me. It's no benefit to my channel. I need people who come, stay, and chat and make a community. Okay, let's go and get some more then. And I'll apologise now for the beats, but this is a thing. And it's the only thing I've got left to do except mowing, which my worker over there is doing a very fine job of. Actually, he's doing a very fine job of it. Where is he? He is, okay, heading north, just behind the trees. And the problem is with those bot accounts is they're probably a one use, and they're going to delete them and make a new one. I will block them at the end of the stream though. How are we doing? We now have a teenager who plays what is it? Minecraft and Roblox and stuff. Unfortunately, we don't have multiple spaces for computers, so everybody's in what we colloquially call the office, since it's where I work on the weekdays. I'm a little bit too close to that truck. No, I'm not. The collision point is a little bit bigger than the conveyor. Okay. So how's the map looking now? I don't know. It's difficult to estimate. But, it's difficult to estimate because I haven't done a consistent straight line cut. With a harvest, with normal crop, normal harvest, I'd just run up and down and up and down, and it would be easier to see how far. No, I think I can get away with using the belts that we already have that we use for silage. If that's not going to work, then I may have to rent the big giant thing. And I think putting the beets where I have is it's gonna work out okay for that. I think I saw someone do sugar beets in the what I'd call the second silage bunker, the one by the shed where we have the tractors parked. And they did rent the mouse Farm Sim 17. They were doing it, and yeah, it didn't fit. so there was much mutterings of I think I wasted my money renting this piece of equipment because it doesn't fit, so I can't pick up my sugar beets. And we're full again. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, we'll try and use what we've got. If it doesn't work, then yeah, I'm going to use something big and hefty to shift the sugar beets, because there ain't no way I'm shoveling that lot. And we can't afford a front loader, which would be a marginally more favourable option than a tractor with a front loader. So if we jump back to here, so yeah, there's our Fendt tractor. It's an old style. We also have that for feeding the animals because it's small and four-wheel steering. So this silo here, I did see someone in Farm Sim 17 load this up with sugar beets, and then they rented is it one of those, and it didn't fit in, or one of those, they rented one of those and it didn't fit between these walls, and so all the sugar beets were still in there, so they had to come up with another method. It's going to be interesting. How much does one of those cost to rent? Don't need a GPS. Only 16,000. Yeah, it has options, and where we've got the sugar beets, which is over the back here, I'm not sure I can jump over that. Oh, I can jump over that wall. So you can definitely fit one of those through here and up the back there, and then deploy the conveyor out the back here and just reverse the truck in. So it's a possibility that we could consider if we have to. And maybe I'll rent it anyway, because it's something different that we've never used before. As I was saying earlier, if there are any beets left on this field, I don't know. I think I'm making good progress on this now. But I was considering if there were beets left on the field at the end of this, lots of beets left on the field at the end of this, I was considering bringing one of the Terados T4s to the farm, finishing it off, and then refunding the lease cost, just so that we don't have to spend another whole weekend harvesting beets again. As it is, part of the reason why I haven't been skipping this forward quicker is I've been trying to unlock the anchorage on World of Warships. I have now finished unlocking that ship, so I don't have to play World of Warships every night, which will give me a little bit of time, or a little bit more time, to fill out this playthrough. How are we doing? This is going to fill up the harvester before we reach the end. Yes, it is. But we'll figure that out. I mean, since that thing's only 16,000, and we only have to have the engine running. See, there's the thing. I know, what was it? Farmer Cop did how much does it cost to, or when do you get charged for leasing equipment? So motorized equipment gets charged and adds hours when the engine's running. So this tractor is currently costing me money if I was leasing it. As it is, it's adding to the number of hours it's been in use. If I turn the engine off here, it stops charging. So I can, this truck and this trailer, if they were leased, would not be charged at the moment, because they're just sitting there, and you only pay for when the engine is running on the towing equipment. So the sugar beet harvester would be charged, because the hauling tractor has an engine running. But as soon as you turn the engine off, the tractor and any piece of equipment attached to it doesn't get charged for leasing and doesn't get incremented in work hours, whether you're sitting in it or not. Now, the thing is if you're playing multiplayer and you're sitting in a tractor with the engine not running, get out the tractor so someone else can use it if they need it. I have played in multiplayer games where people just sort of, oh, I need to go and make myself a cup of coffee or something, and they'll be sitting in the tractor and, well, I turn the engine off. Well, that's nice, it's not costing me anything, but I need to move the tractor because it's in the way. So just if you're playing in multiplayer and you're not moving, get out of the vehicle you're sitting in, unless, yeah, like that truck is sitting there waiting for potatoes. But anyway, yeah, turn the engine off and it won't cost you any extra. So obviously, tractor running with a worker in it, the lease cost is happening, and so is everything, yeah. So are the hours. So with something like that big sort of sugar beet picker-upper device thing, that's actually something I could lease it, I could park it, and it's not costing me anything while I'm carting sugar beets down to the store. So I can run down, I can come back, and I can turn it on in order to move more beets into the back of the truck, and as soon as the truck's full we can turn it off again. So we can save money on that lease. Okay, I think we might be at 48,000 here. Yep. Okay, so that's going to be full. I'll turn the tractor engine off. Wrong way. And there we are. But I don't think I've got any equipment on lease on this farm at the moment. I try and avoid leasing motorised equipment. We did lease the Fendt Favorite during the first year for a couple of months, and it cost me a fortune, because the problem is when you need a tractor, you're going to use it, and it's going to be costing you lots and lots and lots. Stuff with engines in costs lots of money to lease. So yeah, try and avoid that. But something like a plough, which the lease cost may be $50 a day, and then you're only paying for when it's used, and it doesn't really cost much when you're using it. You could lease a plough and keep it on the farm for years, and it's never going to cost, it's never going to significantly eat into your budget. Yeah, and in real life, yes, that's a thing. There are people who will lease vehicles. Face it, I think about 40% of the public on the roads are leasing vehicles, and it's not for a personal use. It's not a very cost-effective way of doing things. For businesses, it can be, because there is the write-down of your costs of doing business and the like. But from personal experience using the leasing system in Farm Sim, I don't like leasing motorized equipment, not for any duration, because it just does cost so much to lease. The initial cost is high, and then the daily cost and the hourly cost are high. You end up spending a lot of money that you could save just by buying the equipment on a loan. I own all my cars, and have done for the last 7 years. Which way do I want that to turn? That way. Keep. That's It's all sorts of crazy. Meters. And it's empty. Yay. I am using. Oh, mowers are finished. Nice. I am using a mod called Quick View, which I've mapped to the hat switch on the steering wheel, so I'm able to change the view angle on the vehicle I'm in by 45 degrees. A little bit off there. I can basically look back, look right, without having to reach out, grab the mouse and try and adjust that as best I can. Take a wide sweep in, because I think this side of the farm track is a little bit flatter than the entrance to this field. It's most of the equipment coming into this field, usually front wheels leave the ground and then you lose all ability to steer. Okay, so we're back to here. I'm going to check on the grass cutting. Oops. Oh yeah, you're done. Oh my goodness, more stuff. Today is a popular day. Ding dong. Okay. He's going. Okay. So I will, as a change of scenery, we'll finish mowing this area. Oh boy, this tractor needs a clean as well. I'm not going to bother, because it's coming back down here to hitch to the cedar. Are we going to do that? Yeah. I think for the mumble, whatever. I mean, obviously the cedar needs this thing hauling it because they don't have another tractor that big. There's the Challenger on our big plough. That's a big cedar which needs one of these two tractors to haul it as well. But, the mowing kit needs a big tractor, but we can windrow using the Fendt. We could also, I think the windrower could work behind the Lindener as well. Although I generally don't bring the Lindener out onto the fields because it doesn't have field tyres fitted. And I don't mind using it just to drive into the sheep field to feed the sheep, but outside of that it tends to be a yard tractor. With four-wheel steering it works quite well for parking up the big equipment in that yard, which these two big tractors have a problem with because of the clearances involved. So there's all the trough and stuff. And we might have to expand the sheep out to this field, or potentially buy the field on the other side of that lane. put our next round of sheep expansion over there. It's, yeah, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I lose this field for grass production if I put the sheep in here. So, and that's not going to happen till next winter, because obviously this year's sheep breeding won't produce estimate 350 sheep flock at the end of this year. So I don't really have to worry about how much sheep I have. But maximum capacity of each of the fields is 500, so next year I will need to consider moving some of the sheep so that I don't lose any of the breeding production. And because of that, I'm going to have to put at least part of the flock in one of these two fields. So if I put them in this field, we won't be mowing this field because there'll be sheep in it. And if I can afford to buy the other field, then obviously this field can stay as grass. But then the plan would be the field that we're currently pulling the sugar beets out of will then be seeded back to grass, so that I can use it as a grass field for the sheep's hay. So I'm either going to lose a grass field or I'm going to lose, well, I'm either going to have to buy a field for the sheep or I'm going to lose a field that is currently arable. Around the other side of the tree and patch that off. I think we can call this field done. So both the fields have both of these fields have dry ground. Oh, we're not done. Oh, go back down again. Didn't do that bit. Anyway, both of these fields are now cut. They're dry grass, so all I have to do is leave them. I don't think I want this much hay, because we already got a good hay supply over the summer, which should feed the sheep until next summer, even with the new arrivals in spring, 1.4 years' time. Whee! There we go. Now we can fold it up. So that's the mowing done. We will row it later.